See that odd structure poking out over the treetops? Well, that's actually the white spire of an Orion spacecraft's Launch Abort System. This particular Orion capsule, named Integrity by the Artemis II crew, made a late-night road trip at NASA's Kennedy Space Center on October 16th. It was spotted on the last leg of its trip as it cruised towards the vehicle assembly building. In the weeks leading up to this road trip, teams with NASA's Exploration Ground Systems were busy integrating the Launch Abort System, or the LAS, onto the Orion crew capsule. It's a critical safety mechanism that will be armed for the first time on the Artemis II mission. As demonstrated most recently in June 2019, the LAS is designed to quickly pull the Orion capsule away from the Space Launch System rocket in the event of an emergency. Back in late September, we traveled to the Johnson Space Center in Houston, Texas to learn more about the Artemis II mission. There, we spoke with Judd Freeling, the flight director responsible for the ascent portion of the mission. He says out of all the possible abort scenarios, needing to use the LAS at the pad is the riskiest.
The LAS is designed to get away with the solid rocket boosters, and so it has a pretty good instantaneous acceleration. And if you're at a low altitude, whenever you're getting away from that, I mean, you're direct to mains. And so that's a pretty risky thing. Obviously, we feel confident that it'll work, right? Because we've certified it. But I would say just the time frame that all of that has to go just right is what makes it more risky.
Back in Florida, Integrity's roughly 7-mile journey from the Launch Abort System Facility to the VAB wrapped up shortly before midnight, heading into October 17th. This was the penultimate road trip that this Orion capsule will make before it carries 4 astronauts on their way to the moon in 2026. Integrity's arrival at the VAB marks an important point in the Artemis II launch campaign. On Saturday, October 18th, Orion was hoisted onto the Space Launch System rocket, similar to this video seen during the Artemis I campaign back in 2021. As a publication, though, NASA has not shared any photos or video of the stacking for Artemis II. That's because while mission operations can continue during the government shutdown, many NASA employees, including a good number in the Public Affairs Office, have been furloughed. Now that Orion is stacked atop its rocket, next comes a suite of testing and checkouts. Artemis launch director Charlie Blackwell-Thompson laid out the plan for this test campaign during a mission overview briefing at the Johnson Space Center in late September.
And as part of that, some of the tests are the same that we did during the Artemis I time frame. There's an end-to-end comm test, there's an interface verification test, but we also have some new ones. And those new tests consist of the countdown demonstration test, which is about our crewed flight. If any of you remember or were following back in the shuttle days, we had a similar test that was called TCDT, Terminal Countdown Demonstration Test. That's where we suit up the crew. They come out, we go through our checklist and our countdown. They'll enter the ship, we'll do comm checks, we'll get them strapped in, we'll do comm checks, we'll do the configuration of the crew module, and we'll count down to inside of terminal count before we have a planned stop.
This is the first part of the countdown demonstration test, or CDDT, which all happens inside the VAB. Once that's done, it's time to head out to the pad at Launch Complex 39B for part 2 of the CDDT. That includes, among other things, the wet dress rehearsal.
Wet dress rehearsal will be a full tanking of the vehicle, core stage and upper stage. We will get into a terminal count, and again, we will count down inside a terminal count to about the 29-second point, and then we will terminate that test. We'll go review the data, and a few days later, we'll get into launch countdown.
Blackwell-Thompson says they're planning for a work period of about 18 days at the pad, which will culminate in the wet dress rehearsal. That then leads into the 2-day launch countdown. Artemis II is a roughly 10-day journey around the moon and back. NASA astronauts Reid Wiseman, Victor Glover, and Christina Koch, along with Canadian Space Agency astronaut Jeremy Hansen, will travel the furthest from Earth that humans have ever ventured, all in the name of learning how to explore.
But let me emphasize that this is a test flight. And so the activities that we do together, we are going to learn from them. And so while Artemis 1 was a great success, there are new systems and new capabilities that we will be demonstrating on Artemis 2, including the life support systems, the display capabilities, software, and et cetera.
Reporting for Spaceflight Now, I'm Will Robinson Smith.